Welcome back to StockSmart Investing. Now, we've got VTNR pulled up. Now, this is the 1 minute chart. Now, I woke up in the green, really in the green. That was a great thing. So let's take a look at what happened this morning. Okay, so last week, out of nowhere, we just got this big explosion, okay? What happened? They acquired an oil refinery, or maybe several from Dutch Royal, maybe. Might be it, okay? We saw this big explosion, all right? Then, come all the way back around, okay, to next week, or last week, okay? And we closed out right here. All right. So when we opened, let's just take a look at what our trend quality looks like. All right. Now VTNR had the explosion here. All right. And we got a good signal to get in here at the, looks like $6.20 range. And it exploded here at the $7.50 range. And just ran up massive this morning, all the way up to, its $10, $11 height. Finally hit that high at $11.50, but we didn't get the signal to get in that it was safe until, let's just say, 10.12, okay? Or maybe way back here at 7.55, okay? Now, let's go over and look at eman. All right, looks like we could have some upwards action here today. We've got our TTM squeeze plotted here, and it's able to see squeezes that aren't being shown on our squeeze indicator. All right. Now, make sure you come over and join our Discord so you can get your signals for free. Really, it's just where we all talk at. Okay. And it looks like our moving average TTM squeeze or our TTM squeeze with a moving average, okay? All right, what's next on our list? Looks like VTNR, eman, and ACB. Okay, it did run up and have a high this morning. Excellent. Very good. And it looks like very early this morning it did. All right. Now, let's go through our watch lists and see what is going on here. We already know AMC is up considerably from where it opened. Okay. I believe it opened up $2 higher. So here was your 25.75 entry and your 28.75 exit. All right. And then we go right into consolidation. All right. So consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. Now, if you don't have this consolidation box, go out into the interwebs, look it up, and find it. Okay. And I save a lot of the most useful scripts I use on GitHub. Now, we can see here as our moving average peaks out of our TTM squeeze, that would be a buy signal, and as our moving average falls out of the top of our TTM squeeze, that is our exit signal. All right, now let's take this over and take it to a Renko time frame, and you'll see a little bit better of what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, I imagined it would shoot up really fast this morning and then get rejected back down. And it looks like, even though our projections are upwards, this is what's happening, although we are finally getting on top of a support. Okay. And it looks like, let's see, the bulls showed up this morning. 22 million circulated, 17 million circulated, none sold. That's right. Rock out, boys. Rock out. All right. Well, and girls. Excellent. And we don't consider taking another position typically until we see the moving average above our zero line. So this would be a technical good entry. Okay. So here was our exit. Okay. Here was our stay exit, or stay shorting. Yeah, stay out of it, really. Okay. Now, this is our, entry, but this is our actual entry. All right. At least that's what I'm basing these signals off of. Okay. So we would say, come all the way back here. And look, okay, now we see, get ready for your entry. All right, here's your entry. Your safe entry. You could have taken that 950 right on the zero line. A little dangerous. But knowing that we just had an upward signal here, it would have been a safe bet. All right. So taking that 950 signal all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Okay. Until here, $29. This is when we fall off. This is when we see a decline in price. We see a decline all over the charts. So we lose $2 there. And it looks like we lose another $1. And it turns around right here. But we see it bounce off this zero line and start to come back up. So that's another entry right here. All right. And then this is another exit right here. And that would have made you money. All right. Now to take this one as a short. All right. Short position, short position, short sell. All right. That is, 34 is the current price. And we short sell it all the way to here, which is 33. So we made $1. Maybe 31 we were able to get out at. Okay. All right. So you get the point. Buy here, sell here. All right. Perfect. So everybody's caught up. Now, I am using a super trend code, and I've got alerts put in here, but they're not, they don't seem to be working. I don't know why they aren't exactly working. So we'll have to go into a strategy, find something that has alerts, and get them changed over. Okay. And we've got our STC bot. Okay, let's add that in here. And our super trend code's going off again for our alerts. Okay, I need to get those alerts set up that way they get sent to my email. Okay. All right, so we're not finding very much on our scalpers list today. Moving scalper, $1 to 30. Looks like maybe a lot of the watch lists aren't working this morning. Okay. Yeah, because I know these watch lists should be working. All right. Now, beta, sentiment on the daily. All right, so if we go on market sentiment on Z Daily with the particular stocks that criteria that I've picked, it only shows up with these two stocks. It did this last week, too. That's how I know what's popping off. So make sure you subscribe. That way you can know, too. All right. Now, we build these market scans and watch lists and all things like that together. So make sure you go back and watch the other videos. And just about everything I have in my watch list, you can build along with us, too, and have it. Okay? And if you don't have it, and that awesome 3 also picks up the AMC and VTNR, not just market sentiment. Okay? So you can tell AMC and VTNR are the most popular at the moment. Okay. Now, let's go over here to GitHub, and that is where I share and save all of my algorithms, scans, my lower studies. Okay, so let's bring this right over here. Bring it up on our page. That way you can see it. That way you know where to go. All right. And come into your lower studies. All right. Now, I do have studies that we charge for, but just for joining the channel, you get these. You get access to them. Okay. And the most recent was our Happy 300 pump and dump detector. Okay. So you would just copy where it says declare lower. Copy everything. All right. And paste this right into where your studies go. So you create a study with your little hourglass. You hit create. Okay. And you paste that code right in here. You give it a fancy name up here. You're good to go. All right. So when we look for our pump and dump detector, all right, let's see what's being pumped and what's being dumped. All right. I got to get that super trend code worked out. All right, now I don't see it here on our 50 tick indicator, but as you can see, our pump and dump detector does detect pumps and dumps. Okay, so we look for the direction that it's going in. It's being pumped in. We can figure it's going to dump in the other opposite direction. All right, makes sense? Okay, so we got our pump and dumps here. All right, and what happened? It pumped and it dumped. All right, we got a pump and dump here. What happened? It pumped and it dumped. All right, a pump and dump here. Okay, it did get pumped and then it got dumped. All right. Got pumped here, got dumped there. Very good. All right, so we need to watch out. Got pumped here, got dumped there. You lost money. All right, you joined the hype, then you went off to cry somewhere. All right, very good. Here we joined the hype again, and we made lots of money. Oh, wow, how about that? 1 out of how many times you made money? Excellent. That's why we have the pump and dump detector, so we can take advantage of and make money. Excellent. Okay. Now, AMC is long. Let's go and see if I can find... Here, let's pull it up and figure out why our alerts aren't working. Okay. That article wasn't very helpful. Okay. Our latest article wasn't very helpful. Let's check out LMNL. Okay. LMNL. And booyah. LMNOP. Alright. So what happened to LMNL today? Looks like they had their pump and dump way back here. They got pumped up and then they got dumped off. All right. And we can change our trend quality. You can come down to your trend quality here. You can change your fast length. All right. Let's change our fast length to 4. Let's change our slow length to 21. And let's change our trend length to 14. Okay. Maybe correction factor to 4. Okay. Now we see our trend quality a little bit differently. Okay. You get your entry and your exit signals. All right. Now let's go back around to another one of our watch lists and see what's going on with it. Okay. And nothing here. Okay. Let's take a look at our Darvis daily signals. Okay. These are ones going off on the day. And we'll see what else we can find. See if we can hone that down. Okay, so let's fix this up a bit. The beta criteria and the sizzle index criteria are wonderful criteria, but they might not quite catch everything. All right. So let's get our beta and make that 0.85. We'll take a sizzle of 0.85. We'll take an option delta of 0.75. And we will take volume. Now we want volume. Okay. Let's just say 20 minion shares. Okay. And it looks like we're experiencing some lag time. There must be some heavy usage today. Okay. Let's go with this one. And see what we can find there. Now, for the people that are more familiar with, let's just say, I don't know, TradingView, we can jump over to TradingView. All right, here we go. Now we can see our volume gainers are AMC, VTNR, Ford, BB, Palantir, Nokia, Tilray, Neo, PBR. Okay. Let's see, I've got PBR on one of my lists here. All right. AMD, T, XPR, Plug, LEDs, VALE, Ocugen, and Bank of America. All right. Now your percent, looks like these are your percent, change. Okay. So these are the ones that have changed for your most positive percent. Now I've got WRAP on, I've got LMNL, LGHL, WRAP, CLB, and PGNY. Let's see, looks like WRAP made the list here. Eyes made the list. I'd be wary of that one. Let's see, U1, what's that, U1K? Okay, now I had U1 on my other list. Now I covered that one yesterday, I believe. That's why you want to subscribe. That way you can be a day ahead. I caught VTNR before it exploded. We've made thousands. Thousands. I'd love to say millions, but we've made thousands, and that's just fine with me. Okay? Now we can go over here and check out our technicals, all right? So you come into your technicals, all right? And you can see whether it's a buy, a strong buy, what most of your oscillators consider they are. So if there was a way that I could scrape for this data, and when, nearly all of them were, a buy or a strong buy, on the 1 day, let's just say in the 4-hour signals, then that would be a good positive signal. All right. Momentum and MACD and volume weighted average and whole moving average. Okay. So all of these, the simple and exponential moving averages, based on these, we should really be looking for the crossovers. Okay. All right, very good. Now let's just pull up AMC for fun. Oh, well. And there's another one I want to check on. Let's go and check on HPQ. Let's see how they open today. I had a bit of a suspicion they might open higher. Let's see if that happened. All right. Here's our 4-hour. Doesn't seem like it. Uh-oh. Looks like we hit a low this morning. Very good. All right, so we came out of our low. Opened up 29.48. Looks like 29.27 up to 29.32, 29.32, 29.60. Okay, so it looks like we are coming up to be positive. We've hit a low. 10-day momentum up. Upward signal here. Breaking above zero now. Let's look for a breakout on, a breakout for today. When market opens, I expect to see this run a little bit. All right. So it looks like market opened and got pushed down. It's really just staying in the same area, but looks like we got a long signal. Okay. Let's come down here and check our market forecast. Very good. And our volume. And it looks like they all go away. And let's check out our volatility scan for today. And we'll wait for that to pop up. As you can see, our big pump and dump detector is predicting pumps and dumps. And it dumps off. I'd be wary. Yeah, this HPQ doesn't look real good. Now let's go for our Arun reversals. Okay, on the daily reversal signals. All right. Alright, so we've got our Arun stupid buy signal. Okay. It looks like HPQ is on that list for the daily. I thought it might be. Alright. And what things define this other than our special criteria? Okay. And this is all it's looking for. But it's looking for them within the S&P 500. Now we can scan in the category of all stocks and save, continue. Let's watch that change. And it looks like we need to exclude at least, some type of price here. So let's add a filter or a few. All right, and let's go for our close price. Our close is at least, $1.10. All right, and let's get our beta 0.8 or above. And let's get our volume index 50%. Okay. Now we can see when something is starting to be traded. Okay. Let's come up and check our four-way, scans. So we've got a four-way Arun, a four-way Vortex. We've got a four-way, five-way, and six-way squeeze scan that also crosses with another scan. Very important stuff. And where is that four-way Vortex? Here we go. And on our four-way Vortex, we have Sundial and VTNR. So what has consistently shown up across the board is VTNR, AMC, and Sundial was all over these boards last week. So, and it looks like VTNR is getting pushed back down before market open, okay? They had their run up, now they're getting pushed back down. And we also had some other signals that are down here as well. All right, it looks like we need to have these. Why is that there? That must be from this. All right, plot, buy to open, sell to close. Let's see. Let's define these. Let's not plot them. And once these are defined, the others should plot just fine where your orders are. Okay. Let's hit apply, hit OK. Oh, what have I done? All right. So very good. So now that is gone across the bottom. We no longer have that interfering with our study. All right. Looks like we got the signal to buy in on VTNR this morning around 10:33, and we also got the signal to buy in at 7:49. All right. And let's just see how our bots will have performed that, at least our STC bot. Some profits, some losses, but I mean, profit overall. Excellent. Without risking, your max trade, $15.89. Your total P&L is $35.57 on 20 orders. Of course, we're only buying 7 shares. It'd be a lot more had we bought a lot more. Okay, say like 100 or 1,000. Then you'd be up 350 or 3,500. Excellent. All right. Let's see if anything shows up on our scan here. And let's see what's running here. It may be time to take a bit of a break, get some breakfast, refill the coffee cup, come back to it. Let's see what we have. Okay, so on the pump and dump list on the daily, we have AMC and VTNR. Okay, so I'd be very, very careful about today. All right, because it is going to come up quickly, and it looks like it's going to drop off quickly. All right, and most people have no effing clue where the very top is. Okay, most people, they can't see it, they don't know until it's too late. Well, your biggest hint where the top is when this pops up. When it pops up and says that's the high, trust it, it's the new high. Okay, you don't know better than the computer, that is for damn sure. All right. Come down here and bring this to the 4-hour. And we get sundial and VTNR. All right, let's check the 1 minute on the pump and dump and see what comes up. Then we'll go over and check our RSI Ligare. We need to add alerts to this, darn it. And your gamma. I tried getting a gamma. Alright, looks like VTNR for this morning on the 5-minute chart. They're going to have a little bit of consolidation and some downtime. So we would have shorted from here. We would have taken a short position, selling shares, and then borrowing them back as soon as they pop out below this line. Or if they don't drop below this line, you'll want to borrow them back soon. That way you don't get stuck. So had you taken your high at 11.50, I would be borrowing them back now around the 9.50, making $2 per share. All right? Perfect. All right. Now, let's see. I'm going to have to go let my kitty outside, coming and making noise at me. Looks at me and meows, expect me to know what you want. It's really my son's cat. Let's see. And market forecast. Now let's take our market forecast here and see if we can't get some things here. So for volume, All right, so for VTNR on the daily, we got our signal to jump in just after the squeeze. We get a verification of an upwards trend, a momentum signal, and we get our moving average above our zero line coming out of a squeeze with greater than normal performance against the market. So that right there would have gotten us in around $1.78, okay? We'd currently still be in, and it looks like right now the bulls have the power. All right, looks like 184 million over 48 million. All right, now let's go and pull up our volume labels for today. Let's just see what we're working with. All right, now we could do our volume average. We got volume bulls and bears. All right, we've got quite a few volume, pre-market volume, greater than 2 times the average, volume greater than 500K. Okay. Volume breakout, volume change percent, volume data, volume labels, and volume study. They're all probably the same thing. All right. And we are 2,000% the average, all right? So I would say when something hits, greater than 100%, it should be watched at. But greater than 1,000%, oh man. All right, that's something to be paid attention to. All right. So it looks like we are trying to push it down, for the opening. And we can see down here when we have our volume that is greater, 2 times greater than the average volume, okay? And then we have our major accumulation and distribution days right here. All right. Okay. And it looks like we are going to lose a bit off of our price here early this morning. It looks like we're taking a drop, so let's wait for that drop to finish. It looks like we are pulling it down to 935, at least currently. Okay. And we're starting to recover. So it looks like, and now even on this big candle here, we've got some good volume. Looks like 192,000 over 471. So there are more sellers currently than buyers. We can see that by the size of the bar. But the size of the bar, you shouldn't always trust, okay? Looks like we are starting to recover. So let's see if we can get our moving average back above the zero line. Okay. Looks like nothing's coming up on our ADX list here. Let's check out our shaft on the daily. See if anything shows up. It sure does. Of course, this is STY. I had STAA as one of the stocks that were going off. Okay, so let's edit this one. We're looking for $2 and a beta of 1. So as much as I do like the beta of 1, we're going to go with a beta of 0.85. And let's get that volume. Okay. And let's go with 10 million this time. And we'll see what comes up there. If anything. There should be plenty of things. And let's see what is above the Bollinger Band midline. All right. Now, finding stocks above the Bollinger Band midline means that they have crossed and or are above, say, the 20 or 21 period, okay? And that's a very good signal. That's a good sign. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, let's see what scan we want to keep ourselves queued up on. We'll bring it up for our Arun reversal, and we'll just leave her sit right there for a little bit. Looks like we are... we're still pulling down a little bit. Starting to recover in market health. Looks like buyers. There were only buyers. Yep, 50,000 only buyers. 7,000 sellers. 60,000 buyers, no sellers. So it looks like they get, 60,000 buyers, and they get even up for, buying and selling. It's all a mathematical game. Now the selling pressure has taken over. And I'm reading this information off of the volume for the bulls and the bears for buying and selling pressure. Okay. And you can get this study out there on the interwebs or over on my GitHub page. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. I'd really appreciate that. And I give away free, studies or algorithms, when we hit our goals. So our next goal is 500. Help us hit 500, and you'll get an extra special study for that. Okay. Okay. And these are the stocks that are going off on the 4-hour chart. Okay. And they have 4-hour chart. They have a daily buy signal for Darvis. Okay. And that's the Darvis box. Buy signal is true. Okay. And that's why I like to look at the Darvis box and do Darvis box signals every day. Let's see. There we go. And as we can see, yes, we do have a good signal here and a good signal here. All right. And it looks like our volume here on swim is 2 times the greater, which is why we are having the upward signal. We didn't have it here on this signal. We did have it here on this signal, though. We got the signal, 2 times greater volume, upwards play, so that would have been a proper, scalp. $30.55. You could have taken that all the way up to $30.80. Perfect. Or had you gotten in, when the moving average, exposed itself, you would have done so around the 29.55 area, or waited until we got our first above zero, 29.78, and then you could have rode that. As long as this moving average is above zero, you're safe to stay in. Okay, until we see this happen. All right. So we got 2 times the greater the average nearly coming into the trade, and then we had 2 times greater the average going out. Okay. So you see your buying pressure and your selling pressure. Likely the same person, group, or team of people, you know. All right, so we get selling pressure here, and we would have bought it back here, and then we might have jumped back in here or here. All right. Of course, jumping back in at the high is never good. So if we see a high exposed, we don't want to get in there. All right, so right now it looks like we are in consolidation town. So let it consolidate here on swim and see what happens. Yeah. But overall, we have taken a short signal, downwards VWAP. Yeah. Well, that's a downwards 10-day signal, but I'm going to assume VWAP was there. I'm sure it was. Now, how did it know I wanted Doji average? I barely clicked on it. But that is the one I wanted. All right, so now we've got market sentiment on the daily. Looks like Lee Auto's back in. SOS, SPCE, XPEV. Nice to see XPEV making a recovery. Nice to see Lee making a recovery. All right. And let's check the daily here. Now, for the daily, for the market sentiment, we've got AMC, NEO, and VTNR. All right, looks like they are both up about $2 and some change. Looks like Reddit's going to hit that pretty hard. Let's see what happens here. All right, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. No ads on any chart. 30-day free trial. Why certainly? Looks like we're finally coming over. This is probably just the buyback, okay? I expect more of a drop. It looks like right now that's in consolidation. It looks like AMC's in consolidation right now, too. Okay. So let's just sit here and watch it. I'm going to go refresh my coffee cup, and I see some people joining the channel. Let's chat in the chat box. What are you guys looking at for today? Let's talk about it. Alright, so I'm still working on making that alert right in that super trend code. Alright, that's why I keep going back to it. Okay, let's see. We don't have any alerts set here, it doesn't look like. Okay. Alright, well, everybody just sit here and hang out. Here we go. Alert.once. Okay. That should be once, say per... Oh, okay. Here we go. This is what I'm missing. Alright, alert once, I guess per signal or per bar. Alright, so taking a look at this LBR Smart ADX, we get our input, our level 1, level 2, our average type, which is Wilders. We can change that over to simple. Okay, we get our plot equals ADX. Alright, and that's our length and our average type. Alright, so that's this length. Alright, and then that pipes it into this average type. Alright, and then level 1 and level 2 are at respective levels, 15 and 30. Alright, and I like to use those in my scans too. So when ADX comes above 15 and level 30, that's when we start paying attention to it. And, okay. And let's see, ADX define color, green, yellow, red. If ADX greater than level 2, then ADX color above. Else, if ADX looks like, what's that, less than level 1, then ADX color below, else color middle. Okay. Greater than, less than. Alright, and here are the alerts. Okay. So let's take our alerts here, and it looks like alert ADX cross above ADX, alert ADX cross below ADX. Alright. And we've got a 1 and alert dot once. Alright, so let's take this and let's steal this little piece of code here. Alright, and let's get rid of our semi-cup formation. That's our MTF. and we can change that. We can change our period. We can change our simple. We can change our length. All right, I like the length to be about 55. All right, and AMC, EMA crossover, close, and it's a buy. At least on the 5-minute chart it is. Okay, very good. So EMA is crossing. Looks like we're getting bullish again. Okay. Now let's come and find our super trend code again. And this is why I don't do anything with writing or spelling. Or math, for that matter. Not the greatest mather. Let's see. Here we go. Super trend code. All right. So now let's switch out these alerts with the ones that we have, okay? So we'll just take and replace these. We'll Control V. So you saw where I got those alerts from. I got them over from the ADX crossover strategy. I also get my orders from the Bollinger Bands or the Camilla Points strategy. It's just an easy place you can go and copy and paste them. You don't have to write them out, long. Not that I don't encourage people to take the time to write things out longhand. It helps with your coding skill and ability. All right, so let's just make this proper. All right. Now we've got ADX crosses above ADX. Okay, so for this alert for the above, all right, maybe let's just go with, the close crosses above the super trend. All right. Or we can define, up and down. Okay, if close looks like what? Less than, super trend, then color red, else green. All right. Crosses above, crosses below. Okay, so we want to be alerted. Indicator turning up. All right, so that is close, crosses above, super trend. And we'll do close, crosses, below super trend. All right. Now this should have completed those alerts for the super trend, and it should only alert us once per bar. All right, so let's see how we did on that. If we did good, it'll work. If we didn't, then it won't. Okay. Now let's get rid of our EMA. We know that one's going to work. We'll get rid of our MTF, and let's come back to our strategies. We'll get that super trend code. We'll add select, apply, and we'll hit OK. Let's come down to our 1-minute bar, and since it hasn't already gone off, because both were accurate on the chart, so let's just watch it and see what happens when it changes over, all right? And I'm positive it will. Look at this run, 28.98 to 29.13. Okay, super trend turning up is what it says. So let's just see if that is accurate. Let's see if we get a bottom, a bubble, and a turning up. Okay. And if close, looks like then up, else down. Okay. So we may have to even reverse these signals to make them correct, but at least I know now it's only going to go off, on the current bar, one time. So it's going to alert us once. Okay. And we can also have that alert sent to our email or our cell phone. So we can put that in this alert here as well. All right. So let's go and find the syntax for that. We don't want to think or swim. We want to think or swim. All right. Alert, string, sound, no sound, text. All right. Alert, sound, shows alert message, plays sound when condition is true. Note that you can create studies containing only alert function call without defining any plots. Perfectly. So we don't have to have any plots defined for an alert to happen. All right. And I'm going to go refill the coffee cup. If you guys want, just read over this. If not, I'll come back and read it when I fill it up. So hang out. All right, so let's see what we've got here. All right, now description. Now the alert shows an alert message when the text end plays sound when the condition is true. Note that you can create studies containing only alert function call without defining any plots. Perfect. All right, so text defines. Text of the alert message defines condition upon which the alert is displayed, so that's condition. The alert type is .once, defines periodically with which the alert is shown. This parameter accepts alert constants as values, and then sound. Okay, so your example 1. All right, now this is alert crosses. All right, now that you're looking for crosses. Okay, so this is going to show you it's just going to be one or the other. All right, now that's crosses, close, average, close, 15, crossing direction, dot above, closing price crosses over SMA. Okay, that's going to be your message. Okay, Now, this alert triggers on the first cross of the close price over the SMA with the length equal to 15. It can be triggered only once and does not play any sound because it uses default values, alert.once and sound.nosound, for the alert type and sound, okay? Now, for your example 2, we've got define, and that's condition, all right? And our condition equals, all right? Now, that's your crosses, and that's your average, okay? Close over 15, okay? So this could be, all right, and we've got average, close, 30. Crossing direction above, alert, condition, bullish, alert.bar. Now that's going to alert you on every bar, all right? Now this trigger is, or this alert is triggered when the fast average crosses the slow average and shows the corresponding text message. It can be triggered once per bar and does not play any sound because it uses alert.bar value for the alert type and sound.nosound value for the sound. Okay? Although I don't see sound.nosound anywhere in here. Okay. And your example 3. Alert when your close is greater than or equal to 100 and close is less than 200. 100 greater than, less than or equal to the tick greater than 200. All right. Alert.tick, sound.ding, alert, close, blah, 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 alert.tick, sound.chime. First alert is triggered for each tick greater than 100, but less than 200, and the second alert. For each tick greater than 200, both alerts also display a text and play sound other than default. Okay. Now, that's not... it could be better. Let's go check out our DMI reversal alerts. Okay. So that didn't exactly figure it out the best way that I wanted to show it, okay? I kind of want to show how to set up these alerts to get them sent out to your email address. Okay? Now, we've got quite a few videos on your SMS and your email alerts and whatnot. And I recently did a video about it too. Okay. But we need to get them working. Now let's see what Reddit has to say here. And it looks like that was the exact thing that we had. And we're going to end up right back on the same page we were just looking at. Nope. No bueno. Alright. Alright. Well, we've got most of our syntax. We'll get our text messages figured out. It's like, and our VWAP scan to put in for our scanner. And if you want that TTM squeeze with the SMA, okay, so we'll copy this, And I'll leave that right in here in my GitHub. So I'll go ahead and put that over here now for you guys to go ahead and grab. All you need is a free GitHub account, no biggie. So let's come in here to lower studies. All right, and we'll edit our lower studies file. And we'll come all the way to the bottom. And it looks like starting at line 538, we'll start at line 540. All right. And make sure that if you're a GitHubber and whatnot, make sure you add your commit. All right. And there you go. So there's your freebie for today. Go over there and grab that. Very, very useful, okay? Very useful. Now, I did change my periods in there to say a faster moving average, okay? Change it to about a 4 period, see if you like it, and come through this lower studies, and I think you'll find a lot of things that are useful to you. Now, like my STC trading bot, my %R trading bot, try it with Ranko bars, and the candlestick reversal system, which you can get out there, out in the world, but I added some orders in here. Orders added by, this is me. It was assembled by Ben 10. I added some orders, and I added some extra candlesticks in there, okay? So we had, set of orders added, and we also added some extra candlesticks. Okay, very good, very good. And you can see that we've got lots and lots of things here, all right? So you've got buy to open, sell to close, sell to open, buy to close, buy auto, and sell auto. So you can test and back test to your heart's content. All right, we've got a DMI reversal bot, very, very popular. And it also has some other things that are combined with it as extras and surprises. So you definitely want to hit that subscribe button. Take advantage of everything you can get here. Consider joining the Patreon. I've got a $5, $20, and $50 level. You get the most out of the $50 level, but the $5 level at least gets you in contact with me whenever you need. Okay? All right. So I think we'll take a little bit of a break here. Pop back up here. We got our super trend code working. All right. And now we'll get those email alerts working. All right. Looks like AMC finally hit $30. I knew it was going to. It was above $30 in the foreign market. I mean, just last night. I mean, it was, how could that not happen? All right. So very good. Very good. All right. And we're hitting 2 times the greater volume. Excellent. Everybody want a free algo. Don't nobody want to subscribe to get one. Everybody want to be rich. Don't nobody want to work hard for it. All right. Now, where's my percentage? My percentage isn't there. We don't need that. It's probably not going to open up and give us our percentage. Let's go out to the daily chart. There we go. All right, so everybody get fed, get juiced up, get gassed up, and get ready to go. The people who are, raw and informed, the ones who have plenty of money to pass around, buying 200, 300 shares at $30 a piece, 500 shares. I mean, come on now. I mean, I'd still be buying 200, 300 myself, so, but this is just pre-market, all right? If we're buying 100, 200, 2,700 shares just this morning pre-market, imagine what's going to happen, okay? Now, I can give the fairly accurate prediction. I can give a very accurate prediction, okay? To the point they're hardly predictions anymore. They're just happenings. All right. And I said that if we could get above that $20 level, there'd be not much to hold it down, okay? Other than, the 15 or 20% breaker. That's why they want to open the market, push it down lower, okay? Then, if you can, instead of going up 15%, let's push it down 15%, then go up 30, okay? So now, instead of making just 15%, you've made 45. All right, perfect.